3, hit it!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to today's Caffeine for the Soul. And today I want to talk about reading your mind, but probably in a different way than you're thinking about it. This is just a strange way to start a podcast, but I was in the shower the other day, and I was contemplating why it is that over the years I've had so many more insights in the shower than in the bath. So I'm somebody who normally in the morning I like to have a bath, and but sometimes I shower, and it's just one of those things where it just occurred to me, oh wow, I have all these fresh ideas that come to mind when I'm in the shower. And the shower is a classic place for fresh ideas, to the point that when a survey was done, somewhat famously, looking into where do people have the best ideas, the number one answer was the shower. And there's a story I've always loved. A friend of mine told me that when he was at Texas Instruments doing some consulting, he shared that piece of data, and one of the managers came up to him after his talk and said, "So how long should I have my people shower each day?" It isn't that. But I was intrigued, and I realized it was actually quite simple. For me, in the bath, I like to read. But in the shower, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but taking books into the shower doesn't work out so well. So there's nothing for me to read in the shower. So all there is for me is to read my own mind. Now, when I talk about reading my mind, I'm not so much talking about the cyclical news of the day in my head, the repetitive, habitual, oh yeah, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, I got to do that. Oh yeah, remember when that happened? Oh, I didn't like that. Ooh, I wonder if this is going to happen. I'm talking about that deeper part of the mind, that part of us that is easy to hear when we're not so focused on the noise in our head, when we're in a quieter space. Things occur to us. And one of the places for me that I notice it beyond the shower is walking my dogs. So we actually, Lynn, who works with me, also has a dog. And so we talk about taking something on the dog walk. Because we know on the dog walk, we're going to read our minds. We're going to just pay attention to what's coming up inside us, from us, through us. We're going to pay attention to what we don't already know, or what we maybe, you could argue, already know, but haven't noticed for a very long time. And the beautiful thing is you can read your mind anywhere. Anywhere where you would read a book or flick on your phone, you can read your mind. And when you start to see how much more comes to you when you're reading your mind than generally when you're reading a book, or particularly if you're just flipping through social media, you just start to get excited about it. Like there are certain authors that whenever they come up with a new book, I'm all over it. I even once taught a thing called John Grisham Time Management, because I so loved the John Grisham books when they first came up, like A Time to Kill and The Firm, and that I would notice that I could have a completely full day of work that I would somehow fit in around reading the latest John Grisham novel. Well, when reading your mind is as exciting to you, as thrilling to you, as reading the new John Grisham used to be for me, then you just find time. The rest of the things you do fit themselves around your reading time. Now, I still read books by other people too. I really enjoy them. But what I've noticed is the more time I spend mind reading, as opposed to just book reading, the fresher, more insightful, more alive ideas come to me and through me, including how to put those ideas into action. So this is one where I'm just going to suggest play with it. Do some mind reading this week. Spend some time reading your mind. And if you don't like a particular thing that comes up in your mind, you don't have to dwell on it. Just because you picked a book up doesn't mean you have to read every word of it or read it to the end. You can put it down, and when the next book in your mind, when the next thought, when the next train of thought comes along, you can get on that one and see how far it takes you. Have fun, learn heaps, happy experimenting, and I'll talk with you soon.